And now we're starting. But yeah, with I think, well, as far as the Super Nintendo version goes, I think they had like, and I think it might have been Trilogy or Super Nintendo version Ultimate Mortal Kombat. And I believe they had where you can select your prize, and you either got to play like Galaga.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Or you selected the ending of your whoever you were playing as. And so me and my friends would get together, we'd play, do the tournament and go all the way up to Shao Kahn. Immediately not beat Shao Kahn. And then we were like, well, screw that. We're just going to go see the ending. Like, that's pretty much what we did.
It's a lot of fun when they have something silly like that, like letting you play Galaga in a fighting game just to sort of break things up. It's kind of a novelty.
Yeah.
And so Adamantine is saying, hey, in chat.
Oh, I'm trying to open up chat. Hey, Sir Adamantine, how's it going? I'm trying to use my phone because like I forgot that everything is connected to my TV now, so I can't use that as a.
All right.
No, I don't want. Shit, not you.
So yeah, Soul Calibur 6 has two different story modes, and they both have the same problem, which is that most of the time you're not fighting against the named characters. It's just like random creator characters, like rogue or thief or assassin. It's just like that's not what you want from a story. You want, Mitsurugi versus Taki. You don't want Mitsurugi versus Bandit. It's just not the same.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I am having fun with it. It is just a bit frustrating that the actual fights against named characters are quite rare in both story modes. And Sir Adamantine is going to take you to bed, apparently.
As long as he's gentle, it'll be fine.
Yes.
No, I swung by his stream earlier, and I think I ended up falling asleep actually.
Oh dear.
Because I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2 at the time, and then I stopped back in to see how the stream had progressed, and they were talking about sucking dick. So I was like, I'm out.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't have stuck around for that. It's
I'm like, yeah.
I think you would have had more fun playing Red Dead than listening to that conversation. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm gonna go back to losing cowboy hats.
Yes.
Like, that's more my speed.
And now we need a mod so that some of the horses look like Ranting Monkey.
Just superimposed Ranting Monkey's face on horses.
Yeah. I mean, there'd be like a couple of hundred people who would get the joke, but that's fine. As long as, we had fun with it, and that's all that matters.
I know there's a way to get like I don't know how to, I can't stream stuff like that, but I know how I can get an image from my PlayStation to my TV, but just by sending messages and screenshotting and all this complicated stuff. But yeah, it's
Oh, I can't do any of that. I turn my computer on and I play games on it. Trying to do more than that is just not what I'm here for. I'm a content consumer, not a content creator.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yes, as long as other people keep producing content, I don't have to produce any. The system works.
Exactly. Oh. No, I sent a link to Jack Cochran.
Okay.
Because I don't know if he's actually even still going. He was listening to the Lords of the Night stream.
He usually does, yeah.
And then he either has his own stuff that he's doing or he just goes to bed. And I was like, what do I name this stream?
Well, I did appreciate the joke in the title. I thought that was pretty funny.
Well, and I figured it's a play on the Waiting for Godot, which I actually had to quickly read. Coincidentally, it is two people sitting on a bench waiting for a third person who doesn't show up.
Yeah, I haven't read it, but I know the gist of what happens in it. Yeah.
No, I've never even. I've only heard of it in like conversation, but I've never actually read it.
Okay. There's a character in, I think it's the third Phoenix Wright game called Godot, and there is a reference that at some point people are waiting for him, and I thought that was kind of well done in the game.
And I figure waiting for Gal Godot would be a lot better than waiting for a random Godot.
It's, yes, waiting for Jack Cochran might not have been as clear of a connection to the play.
Yeah. Plus, it actually, in a odd coincidence, it actually would tie in with his other YouTube stuff.
Oh yeah,
bad comic reviews.
And I was just gonna say, if we actually are waiting for Gal Godot and like she's going to join us on the stream, that would be pretty cool. I mean,
oh, that was my wake up alarm for work.
Ah.
I have 2 alarms set: my wake up alarm and my get the hell out alarm. That's actually my get the hell out alarm.
Yeah. I'm lucky that I just naturally wake up early, so I never needed an alarm. So when I did use one, I woke up and turned it off, and I don't think it ever went off because I just naturally got up at like 5:30 in the morning. So, that was a lucky that I just never needed it.
I remember being able to do that at one time.
I'm not as good now because I don't work, and so I don't have a reason to get up at 5:30 in the morning. So my body clock is slowly sort of sleeping in a bit later. I still get up at like 6, but if I had to get up at 5:30, it might be a bit more of a struggle.
I used to. Oh, hey, Lena Beast.
Yes, Lena Beast.
I used to be able to, stay awake, a good 20, 24 hours.
Yeah, gone are those days. I used to be able to do that when I was a teenager. Not anymore.
Yeah, as soon as adulthood set in, I'm like, now I need to stay asleep for 20 of those hours.
Yeah, I'm still not good at sleeping, but it gets to about like 11:30, 12 o'clock, and I'm like, nah, I'm out. Forget it. I'm going to bed. The thought of staying up to the wee hours of the morning is not something I can put myself through anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, and then adulthood begins, and then everything goes to hell.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of irresponsible to stay up all night as an adult because it ruins you for the next day, and there's shit you need to get done the next day that you're sort of not at your best when you're trying to do. So yeah, it does kind of suck having to be an adult.
Sorry, I got a bit of a cough.
No, that's fine. It happens to everyone.
Yeah, I don't like the thought of getting sick again. I'm already in enough trouble at my other job.
You get in trouble for being sick. That's rough.
They will fire you if you call off too much.
I mean, I suppose it makes sense, but at the same time, it does feel a bit. You can't help getting sick, so it does suck that. And Hate Camel is saying that some of us work all night, and so yes, I do sympathise with Mr. Camel.
Actually, my primary job is an overnighter, and then my second job I work as an appliance salesman.
Okay. When I worked, I was just in an office. I didn't do anything terribly exciting. Just finance companies. Quite dull, really.
Yeah, I want to work at we have an insurance company here. I want to work there, but getting through the application process is a bit of a pill. They have these recorded interviews where it's not even like someone talking to you. They just have voice recorded questions that they ask you. And then you have 2 minutes to come up with an answer. And then you have 3 minutes to respond to that question.
It just feels so impersonal. I definitely prefer having someone sitting on the other side of that you can talk to, and that they ask the questions, and it just feels more natural to be talking to an actual person rather than a disembodied voice.
Yeah. And well, I think it was my son's first year with after being diagnosed with diabetes.
Oof.
And
sorry to hear that.
We got him a glucose monitor to help us keep track of it.
Yeah.
And so in the middle of my interview, like I'm supposed to be wearing, nice clothes.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was actually going to get an interview.
Well, I would have assumed so if I got told that I was there for an interview, that it'd be with a person.
Well, and my ex was telling me that the hiring office is in Illinois or something like that. So I go, I'm like, well, okay, well, I'll probably end up talking to someone, so I'll get, at least some nice clothes.
Yeah.
And then she's like, no, it's going to be a camera. You're going to be in front of your camera in your computer. I go, well, hell, I'm not wearing pants then. So Yeah, it was just me wearing this. It was a white shirt with a flannel over it, and I'm wearing shorts.
Fair enough.
So
I
I'm just
mean,
sitting there, and I do the interview, and in the middle of the interview, my phone vibrates, saying that my son's blood sugar went from like 200 to like well, like it was like 98 in a matter of like one question.
I'll assume that's bad. I don't know enough about blood sugar levels to know what's good and what's not.
Yeah, well, it went from way high to way low, way fast. Like, we'll just go with that. Bad to bad. Like, and so, and then I'm like, okay, I'm kind of distracted because I'm still keeping an eye on that. So I'm answering the question, and then my ex texts me, "Your son just told his teacher to fuck off."
Wow.
And I go, "Oh, son of a bitch!" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm recording." Oh, Jesus. So in the middle of
That's
my
on my
interview, they're just like, I'm explaining how I take care of this. And then I just go, "Oh, son of a bitch," in the middle of the whole interview.
That's probably not what they wanted to hear.
Probably not.
So,
So yeah, I'm like, I'll see you guys in 6 months. Like,
oh wow, that's pretty unlucky. So I'm guessing that your son ended up being fine, or
yeah, they just gave him a juice and called it good. I mean,
okay,
he was still he was more prone to behavioral outbursts when his blood sugar's changing like that.
okay, that's understandable.
I mean, so yeah, he's kind of got the short end of the stick when it comes to that.
Yeah, it's
He's asthmatic, autistic, and diabetic. So it's like,
that's a rough combination.
yeah,
I'm sorry to hear that. That's it's got to be difficult.
it's got its moments, but I mean, he's nowhere. It's nowhere as bad as it's would like when you think of someone with autism, how you see someone like just sitting there in a corner with his banging his head against the wall.
Yeah, I mean, there's degrees of
Yeah,
severity.
I mean, he's just far enough in the spectrum that it's socially, like social
Yeah, so
autism, I guess, would be
it's severe enough that it impedes his social skills, is what you're saying.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because there are some people that, like, you know, Sanguine from the Minions.
Yeah.
He's got autism, but he's high functioning enough that all it does is make him talk for hours about science. It doesn't make him sort of that unsociable. So there are
Yeah.
definite degrees of severity.
Yeah, in the process, I found out that I also am on the spectrum as well.
Okay. And is it
Because
hereditary? Like, is it something that can
it's
be
not
inherited?
it's not defined as a hereditary disease because it's still so broad.
Right.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
I mean, a lot of diseases do have a genetic component that gets passed down. So, I mean, especially if, like, it's father and son, it is likely that there's some sort of, you know, inherited, even if it's just a higher risk that he inherited.
Yeah.
Because it is pretty high coincidence that you would both be on the spectrum if it's not.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky in that I have no kids, so I don't have to worry about their health. There's nothing to worry about on that front.
Not yet.
Well, I mean, I don't have a girlfriend either, so I mean,
Okay, well.
it would be
So you don't have
quite
kids that you know of yet?
it would be incredibly surprising to find out that I had fathered a child.
Yeah.
Given that, I mean, for the most part, I don't even leave my home. I just sort of, if there's something I've got to do, like I've got to go to the shops or something, I will. But generally speaking, I stay home. So unless someone is breaking in and stealing my my semen while I'm asleep, I'm pretty sure there's no little Terrys running around.
I'd hate to hear the story on that one.
It could be like the ghost from Ghostbusters, where I think it was Ray. He's just lying in bed, and all of a sudden the pants come down.
Yeah. I remember my youngest actually, he really likes that movie. And
It is pretty good.
When it gets to that part, I just sort of like, do we keep watching it or what is going on? But it's not like it goes into any detail.
I mean, yeah,
his pants just get unbuttoned and then you don't see anything.
Yeah.
So
I mean, plus a lot of kids wouldn't understand the implication anyway.
I would hope not.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, I don't know the ages of your children, but like kids watching the movie aren't going to think, "Oh wow, he's getting a blowjob." They're going to think, "Why is his pants going down?" That's a silly ghost kind of thing, you know.
Well, I remember when I was that age, my first thought was, "Why is he making that face?"
Yeah. It's like he must be really scared of this ghost, sort of thing. He's making a very funny face.
Yeah, I thought it was I didn't even oh God, when was it? Middle school. Because that movie came out when I was in elementary school. And so middle school came around, and that's when I was like, oh, that's what that was.
Yeah, I was the same. Watching it again as an adult, there's a lot of things that you pick up that just go completely over your head as a kid. That being one of them, or like even I think it was the second one where Venkman is deliberately saying that the good-looking woman is getting all the psychic questions right. Like as a kid, I had no idea that he was doing it because he wanted to bang the woman. He was trying to get her in bed. But as an adult, it's like, okay, that I missed that as a kid, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and that's stuff we don't notice.
This came out.
And that's the stuff that queer kid stuff wants to teach.
Yes. I find queer kid stuff to be absolutely abhorrent in everything that it sets out to achieve. I think it's a completely disgusting show.
I agree. And I think that I'd say a good 90% of the population shares those views.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say that it shouldn't exist. It shouldn't be on YouTube Kids. Like I think it is or was at one point. It should be, if you're completely nuts and think this is appropriate for your kids, fine, you can watch it. But it shouldn't be programming for children. I don't think that's appropriate at all.
Yeah, no, there's no way in hell. Like, no, it's like I was telling people beforehand. I was contemplating doing a viewing, just finding the least weird one.
Good luck.
And having my kids watch it just to see if they like what they would think.
Oh, geez.
I checked with my ex first because I'm just like, so there's a show. I want to get the kids' response to it, if that's okay with you. And I'm like, and there's a way to keep the kids' faces off camera, so I don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about their
their privacy and
being
such.
on the internet or anything. I'm like, I can at least, keep that aspect. And she goes, okay, well, she's kind of like skeptic about it. Like, nah, I don't think I want to have something like that. And she goes, well, what's the show called? She goes, what's the show called? And I go, it's called Queer Kid Stuff. And she goes, fuck no. Fuck no. And I go, okay, no, I kind of figured that's what you would say.
No, I mean, I agree with it. If that was my kid, the answer would be a hell no. If someone asked me if they could show that to my kid, if I had one.
Because I can almost verily guarantee you that my son, my youngest especially, they would be 5 minutes in and they're like, and we're out of here. Like, there's no way I'm finishing this.
Hashtag save Teddy.
Daddy, what's she doing to that bear?
Yeah. Means happy.
Have you seen Drunken Uncle's new video?
I don't think so. For some reason, YouTube has been recommending a lot of his old videos to me, like 2 and 3 year old videos for some reason. But I haven't seen his recent ones, so I don't know what YouTube's doing. But no, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I get a nice shuffle of like just random. There'll be like this was released 2 hours ago, or this was an hour ago, and then they're like, here's a third one. It was like 5 years ago when they made this.
For me, it depends on the person. So like Tim Pool, I will always get, uploaded, 3 hours ago because he uploads like 10 videos a day.
Yeah.
But Drunken Uncle, it's always uploaded 2 years ago, uploaded, 18 months ago kind of thing. I don't know why it's prioritizing his old videos, but they're still funny. So I watch them, but I can't explain it. I don't think anyone at YouTube can either.
Well, like Bering, he put on his other channel, Patrick.
Yeah.
He put the video of him and Sugar Tits watching that Dr. Phil video.
Oh, okay.
And they did a response to that and put it on there. And I couldn't, I was at work, so I had to I couldn't watch it. So I'm swiping. And I'm like, well, I can't find it, so I'll just look it up, on his.
Yeah, go to his page.
And so I just, I have to make sure I have to spell it right. I don't know if it's something I'm doing wrong.
Could be a private video or something.
Because, I'll show you what I mean. Because I type in Patrick, and it's supposed to be like, oh, if you're looking for this, you're looking for this.
Yeah.
So Patrick is way down here.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Even though
YouTube doesn't like his opinions.
I don't know, maybe there's a filter or something that I'm supposed to.
Oh, I think it's just YouTube doing its thing where there are correct opinions, and those who voice the incorrect opinions get put all the way down the bottom of the list.
But have you seen this video? The when it comes to black
girl. I haven't seen that. No,
oh,
I'll have to check it.
My God, you need to watch it. It is cringe.
Well, just the title gives me an idea that it's not going to be, not sensible thoughts coming out of Dr. Phil or whoever it was.
Yeah. No, there's in the video I had previously, there's a way to there's a guy who showed me, I can't remember his name offhand, but he showed me how to present and then have the audio come through so that I don't have to like I did with Nanette, where I'm holding the phone to the microphone.
Ah.
Yeah, he said there was a way to do both. There's a way to do it so that both would be, the video and the audio would go through instead of just the video.
Okay. I think that Rabbit site that Gabby was showing me can also be used to do stuff like that. I don't know the specifics because I haven't really used it, but there was some site called Rabbit that Gabby was there's some movie that she was watching and she decided to invite me and Vincent Veritas to watch it at the same time. So maybe you could do something like that to enable everyone to watch at the same time.
Yeah, that might have to do that too.
Yeah. Talk to Gabby. She's the one who set up the movie that Vincent and I watched with her. So
yeah, she did it at work, at her job.
Whenever you get a chance, whenever she's free. But yeah,
she's working. I asked her earlier. She's working tonight, so
it's that's fine. But yeah, just in general.
Oh yeah, Rabbit.
If that's an option that you want to look into, Gabby's the one who set everything up for when Vincent, Gabby, and I were watching. I forget, Curse of the Dragon Slayer, I think the movie was called. It wasn't anything fantastic, but it was watchable. It was sort of
Rabbit.
Yeah, that's what it's called. That might be an option to look into.
I was gonna say if we can get Hate Camel on a day, and get Gabby back, we can do Ali Wong.
Yeah.
Get our list complete almost.
Yeah, and that way we'd all be able to watch it instead of. Was it just you and Camel that had actually seen the thing last time we were talking? Which is a bit.
Yeah, the Sarah Silverman thing.
Yeah. I think it was just you and Camel who'd actually seen it, and the rest of us were going off your description of it, which wasn't as good as with Nanette, where we actually all had the common point of reference, having just seen it. I actually tried to, because I don't know how Rabbit works, but I tried to find the Sarah Silverman special on it, but it doesn't look like what I thought it was. I think people have to set up groups dedicated to like airing a particular thing, and it's kind of more just with your friends rather than YouTube where it's for the world to see. So I poked around and I couldn't see anything that I wanted to investigate further, so I sort of forgot about Rabbit. But yeah, it's an option if you want all of us to watch at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I found it on Google Play. If it's just limited, because when I went on the thing, it said it was all Hulu stuff that was popping up. So I wonder if it's I wonder if it's just exclusive to something like that, or if it's we'll have to talk to her.
I forgot all about Google Play. I should see what's on there. I've got so many video games. I forget that there's all these other forms of entertainment to like movies and TV.
Well, I think Google Play is supposed to be the Play Store. Yeah, it is. For anything Android, at least.
Okay, so that makes sense. So you'd need an Android device to actually watch any of the movies.
Yeah.
Okay, then I can't use it.
Were you able to watch it through Gabby's thing, though?
Yeah, Rabbit was fine.
Yeah, Rabbit is available through Google Play. I'm not sure about the Apple Store stuff. So.
Oh, Rabbit. I just accessed Rabbit through the website. It wasn't through an app. It was just rab.it, and then Gabby had set up a room with her and Vincent and I to just watch. So she sent me the link. I clicked on it, and that was it. There was no. I didn't use an app.
Well, it's available through website and through app. So weird.
I mean, I didn't even know there was an app version of Rabbit. I just thought of the website.
Oh, yeah, it says Netflix also. So
yeah,
that's something we'll have to experiment with later.
Yeah, for sure. Netflix is one of those things that I just can't justify spending the money on because I've got so many video games already that I wouldn't have time to watch enough movies and TV shows to warrant paying for Netflix.
Yeah.
It's just
I have the Holy Trinity. I have Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Plus.
Okay.
And yeah, I think between that and YouTube, there's so much crap to watch.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing because I watch a lot of YouTube, and that doesn't leave a lot of time for anything else either. It's like I could either watch, something like 10 5-minute videos or a 1 hour special on Netflix. It's like, well, I'll watch the 10 YouTube videos, is like kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's mostly whatever will try to keep me awake at night.
Ah, right.
Because there's a lot of stuff. Like I can't listen to Teal Deer between the hours of 2 and 4.
We put you to sleep.
As much as I like his stuff, he is not. He's so monotone about it.
Yes,
and
that is a fairly common criticism of him, that he has a boring voice, so to speak. And like his videos are good. He does go into a lot of detail and quite in depth on the topics he talks about, but his delivery does make it hard to stay focused.
Yeah, and he's even said it before. He's like, "This is the one criticism I have, and I'm not changing it." So I'm like, if you guys don't like it, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much he can do. He can't change his voice that much.
Yeah, and I think it would be a draw if he went from doing like his voice and then to do something goofy like this.
Yeah,
it would be off-putting.
It would, and I mean, it's practically part of his brand at this point, anyway. So you go to Tilde expecting the dry, boring voice. You don't want him to suddenly sound animated and excited. You want the passionless, detail-driven.
Well, it's like the best way to describe. Like, have you seen any of the Honey Badgers videos where he's on there?
I do watch the Honey Badgers from time to time. I don't know if I've seen one with Tilde on it though.
So, like, they each have their avatar that they have set up, and the one they have set up for Tilde is just this like college professor-ish type. Like it definitely looks like him. Like there's. I'll see if I can find something. It fits perfectly. No, that's a live stream. Oh, right there. Let's see, screen share. I think it fits perfectly. Oh, that shut down?
Sorry, testing.
Oh, there you are.
Internet just started spazzing out, so I don't know what happened there.
Well, apparently there's two of you.
Yes, I don't know why that is. Maybe it just takes time for the other one to recognize that the connection's been dropped. I suppose it doesn't matter if there's 2 feet on the. Oh, I see the tilde. And yes, that does look like him. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, like I said, it fits perfectly for him. So
it really does. That's definite. Like you would tell at a glance. Yeah, that's tilde. Is the honey badgers can be interesting. They tend to waffle on a bit too much, though. There's sort of they sort of drift off topic and sort of repeat themselves, and I suppose it's kind of what you'd expect from just a group of people chatting, but it's not structured enough for me when they do their live streams.
Yeah, there's mostly they got yeah.
Like it's kind of like the difference between Lords of the Night and the Minions, where Lords of the Night there's a definite structure. You do the news, then you do MSS news, then you do YouTube, then internet, fucketry, then chat. And the Minions is just they talk about whatever. And I mean, I would watch Lords of the Night far more than the Minions if I wasn't friends with the people in the Minions kind of thing.
Oh, the Minions are streaming now.
They are, yes.
Oh.
That might be why that might be where our audiences run off to.
Yeah, probably. Although one of Lena, I know she lives down the street from me.
Oh, okay.
So she's already asleep.
What time is it over there for you?
10:10.
Okay, no, not as bad as I thought. Because I know a lot of people sort of stream at 2 and 3 in the morning, and I don't understand why. but no, 10 o'clock is quite reasonable to be up and awake. There's one live stream I was watching this morning. She's saying, "Let me know when it's 2 o'clock in the morning so I can go to bed." Like, oh god, I couldn't stay up till 2 in the morning playing video games. Not anymore.
It's like when I was listening to Adamantine stream. Like if I play for too long, I end up just phasing out and passing out in my chair.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get to the point where I realize I'm not paying attention to anything that's happening, and then I think, okay, well, that's my cue to turn it off because there's no point playing.
Yeah, when you run a horse into the river, it's time to call it a stop.
Exactly. What usually happens to me is, of course, I tend to stick with story-based games too, to some extent. I realize that I will have no idea anything that's happened in the last half hour. It's like, okay, that's a sign that I shouldn't be playing a game with a story that I care about. It's like, I couldn't tell you a single thing that happened. I'm too tired to play this.
Yeah, I got to get a hold of Skeptalk to see if they still wanted me on a Wednesday.
Yeah, I'll mention it to him next time I see him.
I could just send him a message. It's not like he's out of reach.
No, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure that he would be more than happy to have you on. You're not like, it's not like you're an unknown entity. You're in the Minions chat quite a lot, and you interact with everyone. I think Skeptalk would be quite happy to have you as a guest.
Yeah, it's definitely one thing being on. It's like Irate Prostate was telling me.
Oh yeah.
We were talking through a stream, and he's like, "Yeah, if you want to interact with people like this, you got to get out there."
Oh, absolutely.
You can't just, invite yourself to someone's live stream and
no, of course not.
They get pissed off when they like, no, we're okay with you not having you here.
Yeah, exactly. You have to engage. You have to sort of be friendly in the chat. You have to sort of make yourself part of the group, and then if they like you enough, they'll invite you on, kind of thing. But yeah, you don't just turn up as a stranger and say, "Hey, can I be on your stream?" No.
Yeah, it's like each live stream is a house.
Yes, it's a good comparison.
It's not your thing. And that's like my first live stream. I did a super chat for, I think it was either Ranting Monkey or Scribe.
Yeah.
I think it was Scribe. Where I was like, I'm doing a live stream on my channel. And that was it. Like, that's all I put in. They're like, okay, you forgot to put when and where. I'm like, oh shit. And then
I remember that now that you mention it. I do remember. I'm pretty sure it was Scribe was the one who was pointing out what you forgot. Yeah. I don't know if it was him that you super chatted it to, but he was the one saying, okay, but when and where and all that stuff.
Yeah, I put it out there, and then that's when Irate and Jack Cochran actually were like, yeah, we're in. Let's do this. And then, after that, it was another one with also Irate Prostate and Jack Cochran. And then your boy Pat and P-Dog Knight came in.
Oh, nice.
And we had it was like a 3-hour stream then. And then, it was pretty much downhill from there. Because I think once if you can, I mean, I'd like to get something together where it's more structured or anything, but with my schedule being as chaotic as it is.
No, that's understandable.
I think the things we've been doing with the Hate Camel and Gabby with the stand-up is as structured as it's gotten.
Yeah, I mean, I do enjoy like it's a good group. Gabby, you, and Camel are all great to talk to. And like, I do look forward to those streams. They are really good conversations.
Well, I thought about it like one of these times because I thought about one thing to do is just set up a live stream where it's just, you know, you got the usuals and then go to Twitter and then just send a random tweet to anyone. Like just pick some celebrity at random and then just be like, there, and you were invited. Just no context. Like they're just gonna be like, "Here, we're having a chat. Here's the link."
That would be
just to see if they show up.
So send it to. I don't even know who a current celebrity is. That's how out of touch I am.
Well, I mean, like you know, like Ricky Gervais or
someone. And then just say Ricky Gervais as potential guest, just to get people to
total clickbait.
Like, yeah. Well, just as long as you say potential guest because you invited him.
That is true.
You might have. It's not clickbait if it's true. And technically, he would be a potential guest.
It's quasi clickbait.
Oh, it's clickbait. It's definitely clickbait.
Oh, yeah, definitely clickbait. But I mean, like, as far as you know, Johnny Hellcat kills a man. Pop.
Yeah.
Period. Question mark. Like.
Yeah, that would also be clickbait, unless you actually did kill someone. Like.
Or I do it on live stream.
Or have it turn out that you mean in Red Dead Redemption 2 you killed someone.
Yeah, I mean that could very much be what I would be talking about.
Yeah, just say Johnny Hellcat kills a man, and then have a bit about you finally killed this boss in Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
YouTube might still shut you down, but you'll go down with a bang.
It'll draw some eyes. That's for sure.
It'll do that. Or you could do the legwork and find people who aren't celebrities but have the same name as them. So just find some random dude whose name happens to be Tom Hanks, and
or find the real Brock Turner.
Yeah,
because people are treating that like it's a real account, and I know for a fact there's no way in hell that's a real account.
Oh yeah, I can't imagine that would be a real account on.
But on Twitter. I really wonder having some even hoping to hell it's a mock account. I couldn't imagine.
That's what verification was supposed to be for. Until they made it political, it was supposed to be if they have a blue check mark next to their name, you know that they are who they say they are. So if it was Brock Turner check mark, then you go, okay, that's the real guy. But because there's no way in hell Brock Turner would get a check mark even on his legitimate account, there's no way to verify because they've politicized the entire thing, which is stupid. It's supposed to be
real verification. Brock Turner right there.
Yeah, it's supposed to be verification, not endorsement. It's not supposed to be Twitter approves of this person. It's this guy is who they say they are. Nothing more.
And what I find really funny is there are people who treat Brock Turner like this one. Just got to keep your head up, keep moving forward. # hard work, # hard times, # motivated.
I mean, yeah, that is obviously, despite being at real Brock Turner, that is not him. There's just no way.
Yeah, there's no way in hell. Why are they called Jimmy's in New England, but chocolate sprinkles everywhere else? Make up your damn mind, people. There's no right or wrong when it comes to feelings, especially love. Oh my God.
See, that's all the proof you need that it's
Yeah.
not him. Like the real one wouldn't be making jokes about that.
That's 2017. That's I gotta see it like this. Yeah.
One thing that made me laugh on Twitter is the KFC Twitter account is following 11 people named Herb and the Spice Girls, as in the 11 herbs and spices.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, that's clever. That is clever. Just 11 random guys whose name happens to be Herb and all 5 Spice Girls. That's the only people the KFC Twitter account follows.
Well, and like, what's really funny about like people are now using Brock Turner as a well, that's what guys are like.
Yeah, well, that's stupid.
And I'm like 9 times out of 10, there's no way. Like the ukulele girl.
Yeah.
That song that she sang about not being able to walk home at night.
So stupid, that song.
Like who's really stopping you from doing that?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a big difference between I can't and it's a bad idea. Like, walking alone in the dark is dangerous. No matter who you are, it's dangerous. It's something that you should avoid if you can, male or female. That's not to say you can't do it. You can. It's just a bad idea.
Like, yeah, you know, whenever anyone, any woman, anyone, mainly women, I guess, would be the thing. They're like, oh, you know, why do we have to wear our keys like with in between our fingers? I immediately think about Joe Coy's Comedy Central presents stand up because that's the first thing he brings up.
Okay.
Is like when he's talking about, you know, leaving the bar and someone's trying to beat the shit out of him. He's like, I always have my hands like I'm Wolverine.
This doesn't seem like the best way to wield your keys as a weapon, to wedge them between your knuckles, though.
It is. It's not. As I've done it before, and I don't think it's not to. They're not for punching. It's a swipe.
Oh, okay.
So like, even if you you aim for his face, and even if you like hit, like it's gonna hurt your hand.
I would think so.
If you miss, it's going to at least leave that white scratch mark on his face. Like it's not going to break. It may not break skin, but
you'd need pretty damn sharp keys to break skin, I would have thought. Like looking at mine, most of them, they've been dulled through years of being used to open the door. The edges all get worn down.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of sharp keys that I have, but yeah.
My greatest defense is not going outside. There's a surprisingly small number of people trying to kill me in my own home. So I stay there and I'm safe.
Actually, a friend of mine had someone just open her door or open up her window with her and her boyfriend still in there.
Jesus. That would be scary.
Yeah, she walked in, looked at him, and then he just went right on and just clocked her right on the bridge of the nose.
Oh, jeez.
So you can't hit me, I'm a girl. He's like, fuck you. You just broke into my house.
Yes, I Even as a kid, I thought it was weird that there was this never hit girls under any circumstances rule. Like, I get don't hit them as don't initiate violence. Sure, don't initiate violence with anyone, but if it comes down to a woman is trying to kill you, don't be like, well, I would fight for my life, but don't hit a woman. No, someone breaks into your house and is threatening you. You got to defend yourself.
Yeah. Well, it's like there's a video I saw floating around on Facebook. This gal comes up, and I think the whole thing's staged, honestly. This gal comes up, and she's all in this guy's face, and they're talking about something, and I guess he's saying something to the effect that she spreads like cream cheese.
Ugh.
And those are my words, not.
I figured.
But like that, essentially, she's going around fucking everyone in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And she pulls a gun on him.
Oh Jesus!
And not like holding, like she's not holding it up to him like threatening, like she just got it out.
Mm.
And he's just like, oh, so bad and all that stuff. So she slaps him, and then he gets in her face and pushes her down, and then I think throws. It's kind of a large, like, plant pot.
Okay.
He throws that at her. And I'm just like, okay, so what's like, I'm trying to get people's consensus on this. And they're like, oh, how can he do that? And I'm like, she pulled a gun on him. Like, yeah. Holy shit.
It's the same with that Moldilocks thing where the guy punches her out. It's like, she started it. She was the aggressor. He was just, he spun around and hit whoever happened to be attacking him. It wasn't like he set out to hit a woman. It's just a woman attacked him and he had no choice but to sort of smack her one.
I was almost
save his own skin.
The, siren.
What's that?
Was that a siren in your background?
Someone with a very loud, probably motorbike was just zooming past. I get a lot of those. Yeah. I'm not sure why they like revving their engine so loudly, but it's a minor inconvenience. So
yeah,
I really
pay attention to construction. They're building a school next to my apartment, so it's kind of
okay.
Like I hate screaming during the day. Yeah, when you stream during the day here, you get the construction zone, the construction people.
So yeah, I hopefully won't have too many more cars roaring past.
What was that?
Hopefully there won't be too many more cars roaring past.
Oh yeah.
Noise.
Let's see. See anything else going on?
Nothing much.
I think it's been pretty tame as far as the Twitterverse going.
Let me see if there's anything worth mentioning on my Twitter. I apparently got a notification that 8 hours ago someone started streaming, so that's always useful to know.
Oh, that's awesome.
So now all I have to do is be 8 hours earlier in time and I can watch them stream.
I'm kind of I'm not listening to the Minions stream. I'm kind of just watching chat.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm not in Minions at all at the moment. I'm just sort of.
I'm just gonna.
It's fine for me to miss miss one or two.
Because the last time they said that they thought I was listening, or because I was on my phone, and then Inquisitor asked me something, and then my phone crashed.
Oh.
Like it literally had a seizure and died. Like it just started vibrating, and then it wouldn't stop. And so I went to type in something in the chat, and it wouldn't even like let me type on the screen.
That
So I'm
doesn't
like, oh,
sound
okay.
good.
I'll just shut down the apps, and then I swiped YouTube to shut it down, and then the screen just went black.
Even better.
And then like okay, well at least the vibrating stopped. And so I'm like, okay, well, and then like the Samsung screen popped up, and again, like, oh, well, at least you're alive.
Yeah.
And I went back in, and they were talking about how I was listening, how I was just trolling through chat and just had the stream on mute.
I use my phone as backup internet. Like if anything happens to my cable connection, then the internet on my phone is a lot more reliable and a lot more expensive. So I like when this happened with seconds, I had my phone ready to send you a message saying my internet dropped to explain why, because I knew that would actually work if my cable didn't.
Yeah, I'd say this is an awesome stream, but I'm actually streaming myself. And stopping by to say hello.
See if there's suddenly a whole bunch of people swarming to watch this.
Yeah. They're going to be like, oh, who's this? I'd say I'm not ignoring you. But we all know I'd be lying. Here we go. Sent it. And now, let's see what they say.
It will be interesting to monitor their responses.
Yeah, because I mean, it'd be hard to, listen to us talk and then what they're talking about at the same time.
Oh, definitely. I don't know how Monkey does it because he was saying that he was watching Satsu stream on Twitch and watching the Minions simultaneously. And like, I don't know how anyone can do that.
I mean, there's sometimes you can.
I couldn't concentrate on both. Like I could have both playing, but my attention would only ever be on one at a time. I wouldn't be able to focus on what was happening in both streams. Not at all.
Let's see. Peter Hades asked what I was streaming. Inquisitor says, we love you too, Johnny.
Yeah, the Minions are cool. I like them. They're good
people. I started listening to them when I think it was after I think it was Polydub that said in Lords of the Night, Polydub was like, yeah, listening to the Minions, and a few of the times then Monkey brought up the Minions, Scribe brought up the Minions, and I'm like, and we'll move over to let's see what we got here. And then I started watching.
For me, it was finding out that Sanguine was on the Minions, because I'd seen his super chats like constantly, and then I found out that he was on the Minions. Like, I'm going to check this out because Sanguine's super chats are always really good, and so that was when I first decided to start watching them, and then I sort of became friends with everyone there. But that was the main reason I started.
Peter's calling you a traitor.
I can't deny it.
Yeah, Kara's like, is Terry in chat? And he's like, well, we stream, we see how it is.
Yes, I'm not in Minions chat. No. I'm not even in the chat for this stream because of the internet drama that I had. It's still sitting at unable to connect to chat. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm sure if I refresh the page, it'd fix it, but
yeah,
it's not a big deal. It's
Let's see. I don't even know who's hosting. I would probably guess that it's Prospero.
She doesn't host. I think unless they're giving her a promotion or something. But what days
a couple of times where she's hosting. Although no, I think she does it on her own.
Prospero doesn't host, but she does talk a lot. So it might seem like she's hosting, perhaps. I think usually it'll be Skep is hosting and he invites Prospero on, and the two of them will just get into a heavy conversation. I could jump over to the Minions chat and see if it says who's.
So it'll just be us streaming, trolling Minions chat.
It looks like Reject is the host, according to the description on Minions anyway.
I should just pick someone randomly on the stream, like one ton Hammer's talking. Just be like, you raised an interesting point there, One Ton Hammer.
Well, pick someone who's actually not talking but is on the stream, just to confuse everyone.
Or I should just put at you on here. Be like, that's funny, Terry. So our live stream is just trolling Minions chat.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're talking about, but it seems like it's pretty interesting.
Fair enough.
It wouldn't shut us down. Oh, there we got some people in. So I should actually pay attention to our own chat. Let's see. Hey, Chaos Eve. Hey, Kelvin Robinson. Hey, Happy 2O. Yeah, H2O Happy Dude. I can't even talk.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes, people. And Hey, Camel says, I think Reject is hosting tonight, which is what I said before. Streamception.
I wonder if they're ignoring it just like we are.
Probably. They probably popped in to troll and then left. Hey, Camel says, what would you do if you won that Mega Millions jackpot?
I couldn't not do anything with it. There's so much that you could do. I'd have to. There'd definitely be some community investment going on there. There's. I'd also send some money back to my reservation.
Okay.
And get some development in there too, because it's a pretty well. Most reservations are pretty shoddy neighborhoods. There's a few that I've seen are decent.
Okay. I would be completely selfish and go to my financial advisor and say, invest this. And then I would forget that I had it and then just spend money like I had an unlimited supply of it. Which would help no one but me. And when I died, it would help my siblings because that's who I would be leaving it all to. But yeah. Interesting to see the difference in approaches there.
Well, and then I guess it really just depends on who you're asking.
Yeah.
Like, because there are some people who are like, yeah, there's no way in hell this is touching anyone else but me. Like they're gonna do that duck. Was it Scrooge McDuck? Diving into a pool of gold coins.
I'd probably start super chatting hundreds instead of fives, but other than that.
What is the limit that you could go up for super chats?
I think it's 500. I don't know for sure. I've never actually tried to super chat that much, but I think 500 is the max from memory.
Oh, I heard they're done at the Minions.
Ah, that's why they all came here. And
let's see. But, you know what? Let's do that.
The other thing is I'd probably support people on Patreon more than I currently do. So like instead of giving Monkey $1 a month, I'd give him 20 or 30 or whatever. If I had sort of the almost unlimited funds that winning that jackpot would provide.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely no way. I mean, I wish I could sign up for Patreon stuff, but I know that I would donate quite a bit to Suit Yourself.
Okay, yeah.
Because he's helping someone with someone in his family's got cancer or dealing with cancer.
Jeez.
So they need some. That stuff's not cheap. Kelvin Robinson, I would give Monkey nothing.
Well, he's got to buy his pony equipment somehow. He needs those Patreon dollars.
Oh, did you see the video of what was it? Was it that pony place?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I gotta see if I can find that because that would be funny to send a Monkey.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of pony games on Steam. I'm sure we could gift him a bunch of them.
Well, I know that there's a bunch of fetishists that are like dressed up as ponies.
Well, whatever floats their boat, as long as everyone involved is consenting to what's being done.
Oh God, that is horrifying. That's horrifying, and I'm going to share it.
So, oh wow! Now that you've shown me that, I do think I've seen something about that on YouTube. I forget whose video it was, but that picture of the fat woman in the chariot, I've definitely seen that before.
I think it was Irate Bears.
It may well have been.
Because he has a bunch of weird videos that...
And apparently Kelvin would give Scribe, Satsu, and SDA $1 million each, but Monkey nothing.
Oh, okay. Bering and Drunkle both had it. Oh yeah, it was Drunkle.
Okay.
That's right.
As I said, I knew I'd seen it. I just didn't know who did the video. And Reject is saying that we should have fun, so thank you, Reject.
Yeah.
We will do our best. And Jacob Jet is saying it was a collaboration between the two of them. Okay. That sounds right. Now that you said it.
Okay. Yeah. Now that you mention it, yeah, because I think Bering put it out and then Drunkle put his out shortly after.
Yeah. Now that he's mentioned it, it definitely does sound right that it was Bering and Drunkle. Because I was thinking it was Bering, but I wasn't sure. But now that Jacob's right.
I figure it was one of the Ghost Poo folks. Either Bear or Drunkle.
Drunkle's voice gets to me. It's like so annoying. Like he's absolutely hilarious, but that voice is so grating.
And I honestly think most of it's just accentuated because I've heard him talking.
Yeah, I'm sure he's playing it up. He's exaggerating his voice for effect.
Hey, Peter Hades.
Hey, Pete. Yes, we're rat bags. That's an accurate assessment.
Yeah, there's hey Camel, buy an island, build a castle on said island, stock said island with hookers and boil.
Oh, that's one way to do it. I'm reminded of the scene from, was it Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where they're building the castle in the swamp and it keeps falling down.
How's it going, Chaos?
Apparently, the Hate Camel stole that idea from Chaos, so there's drama in chat.
Idea thieves all around.
Yes, this is why we have copyright. Eve should have run off to the office to register the copyright on that idea. Get the patent out.
I'm gonna need proof of that in triplicate, signed with a notary public.
Chaos says, nice stream, needs more thoughts though, which may be her angling for an invite. I don't know.
Well, I did post it in chat, and I will do that again. Oops, that's fine. Yeah, we had Gabby invited, but she had to work. So our Russian bot is no longer...
Yes.
Is not able to work today.
And Camel had to work as well. And Chaos is saying that she doesn't angle, she asks directly. And Peter wants to join. Peter, feel free. You are more than welcome. Well, I should say, I have no issue with it.
Yeah, go on ahead. It is an open door.
And we have a witness saying that the castle was Camel's idea, not Chaos Eve's. I think there's more drama happening in chat than on stream at the moment.
Fuck, it was his idea.
Hey, Chaos.
Totally my idea, and I'm going on stream to tell you directly it was my idea. And Kate Camel, you don't have copyright on that, so you're good, man. You know, whatever. You disagree, then maybe you should come on here and fight me, bitch. Kumite me.
I would be happy to sit and watch a Kumite between Chaos Eve and Hate Camel.
I would sell tickets to that.
Yeah.
So how are you guys tonight?
I'm all right. How are you?
Tired. I spent most of the day at a wedding, so.
That sounds tiring. I would be exhausted just after an hour being outside.
Of being outside.
It's not a real wedding unless someone gets punched in the eye.
Well, unfortunately, no one got punched in the eye.
That wasn't a real wedding. They'll be devastated tonight.
The wedding was a fiasco, though.
Well, that saves it.
Like, nobody knew what was going on. Nobody bothered to tell anybody who was, like, directing people or anything what was going on. It was utter chaos. But the best part about it, the bride and the groom had no idea. That's exactly how it should be. They enjoyed their day. The rest of us went insane, but they enjoyed their day. And that's what's important.
Absolutely.
You owe it to them to ruin their day.
Oh, dear Jesus, this bitch owes me so hard. Like the last couple in our friend group that got married, we waited a year before we told them the stuff that went wrong at their wedding. And they were just going, holy shit, I had no idea. And it's like, oh yeah, this shit was going wrong left and right. The fucking what do you call it? Not the wedding planner, but the person who directs everything, the organizer, I guess.
Mm.
There's a specific word for her I'm trying to think of, but she like bailed halfway through the goddamn wedding at this other wedding. And we were like, what the fuck? I hope you don't mind me cursing on your channel, Johnny.
No, go for it.
Okay.
Because
I have a potty mouth.
Here before. It's fine.
But yeah, that was crazy. And I get to do it all again tomorrow.
What for? They're getting married again.
No, my brother's getting married tomorrow.
One of my first weddings that I went to, it was, I think it was literally a civil war. There was the in-laws side, and then there was our family side, and I mean, it was mostly, you know, the people that didn't give a shit that were just back and forth, like, yeah, whatever, we're gonna go over here and drink a beer. And I think I was 16 or 17 at the time, and we literally looked at each other and were like, how about we egg stuff on, because they're already married. None of the stuff that they're already gone. They are long since gone. And so I'm like, let's just go start shit. And then, yeah, we just went over and.
Once the bride and groom are out the door, all bets are off.
Yeah, I started saying that I think it was my sister's husband's it was like some distant uncle.
Was it a drunken uncle?
He may as well have been.
Ish.
Yeah, I said that he was hitting on the waitresses, and when I told him to stop, he called me a faggot. And he went over to he went over to their family, and then went to and said that one of my sister's friends, one of their older relatives, is going around saying everyone's a Jew. And so, yeah, it was just this clash it was like on the dance floor, like everyone's fighting. I'm like, if this was actually synchronized, this would be Footloose all over again.
Did they at least play Murder on the Dance Floor while this was happening?
I wish.
That would have been perfect. That sounds like the perfect song for that disaster.
I did also almost get I almost got him to play Bulls on Parade.
Oh, nice.
So that would have been at a Mormon wedding at that.
Did they realize what it was the last second and go, oh, hell no?
Yeah, they're like, oh, yeah, do you have a song you want to request? I'm like, yeah, track 4 on this CD.
Oh, gee.
And then they're like, no. Like, they were like, oh, yeah, that'll be no. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
At least you tried. It's all you can do.
That's all God asks of you. Ballroom Blitz would also be a good one.
Yes. I only discovered that song because of Wayne's World.
And Peter Hades subscribed. Thank you very much.
I was going to say something. What was I going to say? Oh, no, I forgot.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Peter.
Hey, guys.
There he is.
How's it going?
How's it going?
Evening out a little bit. 2 Americans and 2 Aussies.
The fair fight again.
I'm more of a corner.
What's that?
So if it comes to fighting, I'm more of a corner man.
You don't like getting in the ring?
Nah, not really.
I'm more of a spectator. I prefer to watch other people do the fighting, but
Oh, I love a good brawl.
Actually, I took a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu course a few years back, and it was pretty addicting, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, nearly every UFC fighter does Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu now. You almost need it if you're going to win a UFC fight, or even just an MMA fight in general.
Yeah.
My patented move is covering my head with my hands and hoping that they stop hitting me soon.
Speaking of which, do you think Andy and Tonka will actually fight?
If there's money to be made, I can see them both
I'd love to
pouring
put them both
themselves
in a
out for
room together and watch them slap each other like little girls.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a pussy fight, but it's. I think they'd fight if there was enough money to be made. They're both money whores.
Okay, now I'm picturing a pillow fight.
It may well be.
In their PJs.
Was Tonka like an amateur wrestler or something? Am I thinking of the right thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Because I know he had something to do with wrestling, but I wasn't sure if he was the one that was actually an amateur wrestler, or if he just employed the tactics of professional wrestling to promote his channel.
Apparently, according to his quote docs, he actually did wrestle.
Okay.
Not saying he was very good or very big. He was just, he did it
But as a professional or just as an amateur?
as an amateur.
Okay.
Probably one of those where you'll see old professionals and then like a bunch of backyard wrestler types.
Mm-hmm.
Probably does something like that.
Yeah, because I know I went searching and I found on YouTube someone with the same name that is allegedly Tonka's real name. And it was like a very shitty amateur wrestling match. So I was just making sure I was thinking of the right person, that it was actually Tonka. But yeah, if you say he was an amateur wrestler, then yeah, I was thinking of the right thing.
Yeah, he's been crapping on about that shit for ever since he started the whole blood sports thing, and ever since I've been watching him. Or I say been, I haven't watched his shit for ages now, but he's always talking about that stuff.
I mean, I've never watched him. I mean, I've seen him on Twitter. That's the extent of it.
Yeah, I can't watch his channel anymore. When Medica was on and the blood sports thing was happening, I got into it for a little bit because Medica's funny when he's, giving shit to somebody.
Yeah,
like
Medic is a funny guy.
Yeah, fucking oath he is. He's a bit of a. I can see why people think he's a dick, but on the other hand, he's a funny guy.
He's funny because he's a dick. Like, a nice Medica wouldn't work.
It's like I was asking a friend of mine when I asked him, because there's like all this stuff coming out of 4chan. And I go, is 4chan a good thing or a bad thing? He goes, well, think of it like watching a Medicare video. He's like, there's some of the stuff you'll like. There's some of the stuff that you're not going to like. And I'm like, well, that kind of cements that.
Yeah, it sums it up pretty good.
The last Medica video I saw was him talking about these people who wanted to get AIDS because they saw it as like a good thing to be infected with. And that just grossed me out to the point that I stopped watching.
Yeah, if that's true, that's fucked, that stuff. Some of the shit that he was reading, that people like cruising around with toothbrushes on the floor, like,
the
some
whole
of
thing
that's disgraceful.
And then the ones that went out of their way to give it to other people without telling them, that should be criminal. That should be.
Well, it's supposed to be. It's I think, well, it used to be considered assault,
and rightly so. I mean, I know that California dropped it down to a misdemeanor, or they reduced the penalty or something, which I think is just insane. It should be taken very, very seriously because it is. It's disgusting to think that you can do that and get a slap on the wrist for it.
Let's see.
Yeah, I remember a lot of people making videos about that.
Yeah,
about them making it a misdemeanor.
Yeah, it was big news at the time.
Yeah, California is changing the felony to a misdemeanor.
Yes, that's right.
That's so bizarre. I don't know where, like, what's the thinking behind that? I don't get it.
It's been too long. I can't remember at the moment, but there were some videos that they didn't defend it, but they did explain the rationale behind it. But I can't for the life of me think what it was. I think it was to bring it in line with other laws for similar offences, something like that. It was like,
well, I know that they tried to push that it destigmatizes HIV or some shit like that.
I think there should be a stigma. I mean,
yeah, that's kind of a thing. Like,
it shouldn't be seen as a good thing to have a deadly illness. It should be like, no, that's a bad thing. Like, and if that hurts your chances of, finding romance, then I'm sorry, that's just the hand you got dealt. But no, there should be a stigma to having a fatal illness that you can spread on to others.
yeah.
It's one of those things. Should we ostracize people with that? No.
No,
But we
of course
also
not.
should. It's like when like you were talking about when they decriminalized it in California. That's a bad idea because it only applied to people who intentionally went out and did it.
Yeah.
Like we can
Yeah.
prove that they had a diagnosis. They knew they had this, and they still went and had sex with a partner unprotected and didn't tell that partner.
Hey Camel has said they think people won't get tested if it might result in a felony. People wouldn't be knowingly spreading HIV if they didn't get tested. That was the rationale.
If you unknowingly spread it,
it's one of those things. What do you look it up online? It's like, oh, I probably have HIV, but I shouldn't go get tested because if someone finds out that I have this and I give it to someone, that's just irresponsible in and of itself anyway.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I don't know what the solution is. You can't really force people who suspect they might have something to go to a doctor and get diagnosed. Like, a lot of people have a lot of stupid hypochondriac beliefs, so it'd be a bit silly to force them to get every single one diagnosed, but it should be a criminal act to deliberately give people AIDS.
Yeah, shit, yeah. I've heard of doctors. I remember hearing a story about a doctor that was doing it. I think that was in Australia as well. Might have been the States, but I'm pretty sure it was Australia. I think he ended up giving like 8 different people HIV through blood transfusions. And he was doing it deliberately as well. I'm pretty sure he ended up getting in shit for that, though. He lost his license and he's probably still in jail, hopefully. Don't quote me on that part, but... Hey?
I said he should never come out of jail.
Yeah, no, fuck that. After doing shit like that, that's cold-blooded.
Yeah. It's disgusting.
I can't not think about this. There's an episode of Law and Order where this guy he has HIV from like a transfusion, and so he just starts sleeping around with like as many women as he can before he ends up dying. And they catch him, and as they go to arrest him, they hear him saying that he doesn't use rubbers because it's better bareback. And so as they're trying to get I think they were talking about it's been a long time since I saw the episode. They were talking about like an HIV list where like there's a list of people who were known. They have it, and they've been diagnosed, and they have them on a registry or something like that. And they want to see if this guy's on a registry so that they can prove that he knowingly had HIV. And they're like, well, how do you know his intent? And he's like, well, the detectives heard him uttering stuff in the thing, and the way he said it, it's coming from Sam Waterston. It's he's an old guy, so it's a lot funnier when he says it. I actually have a thing here. It's let's see if I can.
Hey, no, baby, I don't use rubbers. It's better bareback.
Oh, Jesus.
Now, the smoothness of that, it's not very. That's not how the guy originally said it, but just the fact that he was saying it like that, just as a shock factor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it's definitely something you wouldn't want. If that's something you're investigating, that's not something you want to hear when you walk through a door.
No.
Yeah, no shit. A lot of those episodes are based on real stories too, apparently, aren't they? Well, they were in the first few seasons anyway. I don't know if you can keep that up for 50 seasons or however long they've been going. But
actually, there's quite a few that are based around real stories.
I think very broadly based. Like, they don't follow beat for beat what happened. It's just the basic concept of what happened is the formula for that episode. It's not like they...
Unlike the SVU episodes they've been churning out recently, where it's just Gamergaters are raping me. Like,
oh, God's sake.
Yeah, like...
They actually did an episode about Gamergate, did they?
Yes, they did.
I
think one of the Paul brothers was in it, actually. Either Jake or Logan was in that episode.
Twitch. My eye is twitching.
Every time a Logan gets mentioned, Chaos has a seizure.
No, I'm twitching because they did an episode on Gamergate.
Oh.
Yeah. It was doing the rounds at the time, and everyone was laughing at them for getting it just so horribly wrong. Because, of course, they did. I don't think I ever saw the episode, but yeah, there was a lot of mocking of just how badly they misunderstood everything about it.
Justin Bieber in line. Oh, is it CSI, was it?
It was CSI. He was a kid terrorist or some shit.
If he died, I'll watch that episode.
It was horribly acted.
Of course it was. So,
I can't stand that dude.
I think it was How I Met Your Mother had Britney Spears in it, and she was actually half decent. So some singers can do a passable job of acting.
Now her acting is disastrous as well.
It wasn't great, but it was for How I Met Your Mother tier acting. It was passable. Like, it was in line with everyone else.
Well, when you're acting like an exaggerated version of yourself, it's kind of easy.
I suppose so.
And she just played herself, did she?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Most rappers are pretty good bad actors. Ice-T, Ice Cube. I remember seeing 50 Cent in something as well. I can't remember what that was. I think it was a movie. But yeah, a lot of rappers are pretty good actors for some reason.
I know very little about rap. It's not my musical genre of choice.
Yeah, I like rap. I like all kinds of music though. Rap and rock, like old school rock, are my favorite sort of. They're my jams, but
Yeah,
I don't mind.
rock and
Oh,
metal is kind of where I sit. But if there's a good rap song, I suppose I can listen to it. There's been some Eminem stuff that I didn't hate, but it's not something that I would go out of my way to listen to.
See, I've been listening to a lot of just old punk stuff.
Okay.
Also, been a lot of like Mad Caddies, so some Scottish type stuff.
Bagpipes?
Well, Dropkick Murphys, they play a lot of bagpipes, actually.
Okay. Because that's what I automatically think of when I think of Scottish music, bagpipes.
Same.
Well, gentlemen, I'm going to bounce out of here. It was nice talking with you, but I'm getting drowsy, so.
It's been a while since I've actually chatted to you, Chaos. So it's good to talk to you again.
You too.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem.
Nice to meet all of you, except you, Polydub.
God damn it. See you guys later.
See you, Chaos.
Speaking of Polly, you were on the Monkey stream the other day. Oh, I should call it the Lords of the Night stream. Yeah. Still force a habit to call it the Monkey stream.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Well, now he has the Monkey stream, so it's like it's still the Monkey stream, even though it's
like
Lords of the Night.
Lords of the Night is the Monkey stream. It's had to inscribe a cool, but it's still Monkey's show. Even when he's not hosting, it's his show. But
yeah,
I was on his Monkey in the Morning stream once because Gutenberg was telling him about my my voice and how he had to hear it. So the Monkey invited me on. Okay, I'm more than happy to be on with Monkey.
Yeah, it's cool. I've been on twice, I think. Once or twice. Twice, I think.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm not as open on those streams as I am on Minions, or I don't know, maybe because there's more people watching, or maybe it's because I'm actually speaking with Monkey. And I've been a patron of Monkey's for over a year. Been following him since he was back at like 400 or 500 subs.
I'm actually pretty good at not getting nervous when I talk to someone like that. Like the very first time I streamed with Monkey, I did have a holy shit, it's Monkey moment, but I recovered quickly and I was just talking to him like he was just a normal person because he is really. But yeah, I did have an initial, oh my God, I'm talking to Monkey. And then like 30 seconds of that. And then I recovered. It's like, okay, let's just talk to him like he's, any other person on Minions.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently Johnny Hellcat has yet to be followed by the Monkey family as of yet. That's surprising because he follows most of his audience, I would have thought.
He was actually my first follower, and then Polly was the second, I remember.
I mean, I think Bloodwing might have been my first. I can't remember now. But yeah, I mean, Monkey followed me almost immediately after I became a regular in his chat. And so did Lady Monkey. I thought they just did that as a matter of course. I'm surprised Johnny hasn't been followed yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Strange.
He'll get around to it.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think Scribe is the only Lord of the Night that doesn't follow me. So I don't know what I did to upset Scribe.
Satsu doesn't follow me. I mean, I'm a patron of Satsu, a patron of Satsu as well.
Well,
he still hasn't. He followed Reject recently. Still hasn't followed me.
Actually,
Satsu follows me on his 2 cents plus. He doesn't follow me on his main channel.
Yeah,
main account.
2 cents plus follows me, but not. Yeah.
Satsu's pretty cool. At first, when SDA left the Lords of the Night stream, Satsu came on, and it was a little weird at first. Even though he'd been on heaps of times and already knew him and was used to him sort of, but
I do like Satsu more than SDA. I think he fits the show better.
Yeah, I kind of do too. SDA had it was a different feel. SDA is awesome as well, don't get me wrong, but
no, SDA is great.
3 older dudes around the same age just seems to sort of fit better.
Yeah, and SDA was such the odd one out, like really.
She was the younger of the 3 of them. I think she just turned 21.
Yeah, she was like half Monkey's age.
In a way, that's what made it funny half the time, because she didn't know what they were talking about a lot of the time. With half of the movies, they get into
the whole meatloaf thing for one.
Yeah.
That she loves to put meatloaf in her mouth or whatever it was that she said.
That's funny. That's still a running gag too. Like what, a year and a half later.
Well, yeah, that was a timeless classic moment on the Monkey stream. That I mean, much as I do like SDA, Satsu just fits better. They're able to have more natural conversations, I guess, because there's more shared interest as well. Because SDA didn't like the majority of what Monkey and Scribe were talking about.
Yeah.
Hey Camel, I think it would be weird to talk directly to Monkey on stream. I'm used to Monkey saying, "Oh my God," and that's not nice before reading my chats.
He does.
I had a few of mine when people were like, like your boy Pat's like, "Yeah, smack that like button," and I sent a super chat like, "Yeah, hit that like button like Rihanna's in your passenger seat." And like, I'm just trying to I used that extra hit the like button like it's Tina Turner.
Yeah.
Well-noted cases of domestic violence as a super chat for.
I made wasn't a donation or anything, but I was playing a game. The whole Jackbox games that the minions often play.
Yeah.
The most recent one has rap battles as one of the games, and so I was playing that with Badgerman, minding freedom, and I made sure to find a rhyme for Nazi. So he was listening to because the computer reads out what you've written, and he was sort of going along with it, and then it got to the Nazi bit. He's like, "What?" He was like freaking out because I called him a Nazi on his stream.
They actually get in trouble for talking about the Holocaust and Nazis and shit, don't they, in Germany?
Yeah, if they deny it or they talk positively about that era of German history, I think there are pretty strict laws against doing that. But I mean, he's not going to get in trouble for me calling him a Nazi. That's obviously not a thing that they can prohibit. But
no.
At least you hope not.
Well, if there was any chance of it getting him in legal trouble, I wouldn't have done it. There's straight up not a chance. I like giving him a hard time, but not making him serve hard time. That's a bit of a
yeah.
Well, like you said, they can't. You calling him a Nazi is one thing, but there's not. He can't. He shouldn't be able to get in trouble for that.
No, there's no way that they.
I'll go ahead.
I was just saying there's no way that they could make that a crime. You can't control what people across the other side of the world can do.
Yeah, that's yet. So like,
Yeah,
They're trying. They're trying.
they are.
first off, does Foxy rhyme with Nazi?
I would say no.
It's close.
Close, but not. If I'm doing a rap battle, I want my rhymes to be proper rhymes, not near rhymes. So
Although you could do
I like it with Foxy.
You could do paparazzi.
Yeah, you could do that. Because it feeds you the first line and then you have to rhyme the second. So it's like name something that you play, and then I knew I wanted to rhyme it with Nazi, so I put the game as artsy fartsy, even though that's not a real game. So that on the second line I could write, which doesn't change the fact that you're a total Nazi.
Could have used Yahtzee. Yahtzee rhymes perfectly.
Yeah, but I didn't think of that.
Yeah, those games like Quiplash and shit, it's hard to come up with shit on the spot sometimes.
Well, yeah, exactly.
It only gives you like 3 seconds to respond to anything. So by the time like, oh yeah, type, enter, it's like, never mind.
Well, the thing is if you're playing on a live stream, there's a huge delay between the game and what you see. So if you're doing that, you have to pay attention almost exclusively to the window where you enter the answers, because you get like 30 seconds. It's just that most of it is gone by the time the live stream actually broadcasts it. So yeah, if you're playing on a live stream, make sure that the only screen you pay any attention to is the one where you're entering the answers. Otherwise, yeah, you'll run out of time.
That's where that dual screen comes in handy.
Yeah, well, if you've got 2 screens, then that's perfect for it. You can see just how big of a gap there is between the two.
Yeah, I played with Direwolf. Well, not Direwolf, but Vincent Veritas and Clyde.
Okay.
Yeah, Direwolf just logged out, and I was like, I'll go for it. Like, why not?
Yeah.
And yeah, my first time playing, I actually won.
Nice.
Which was because I had no idea what to expect from it, because I was expecting something completely off. Because I mean, I played You Don't Know Jack.
That's just a trivia game, though.
Yeah.
Like that's less about you thinking up something on the spot. That's more you just knowing the answer.
Well, I figured that's how they asked the questions. It's like they were just like, oh, here's this question. How would you answer?
I'm actually completely undefeated in the game of Survive the Internet. I've played it 3 times, and all 3 times I came first. So, as long as I never play again, I can go to my grave being undefeated.
You retire.
Yeah, retire on top. That's the way to do it.
That murder mystery game, I can't think of what it's called. It's pretty much a trivia game. Yeah, true. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You got to cut off one of your fingers and all that kind of shit.
I do like the theming around that game, where you've got the crazy guy who's trying to kill you all, and for some reason trivia is the only way to save your life.
Got that sore feeling to it.
Almost. Yeah, it really does. And all the mini games, like when people get a question wrong and they've got to play a mini game to stay alive, all those mini games are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw. I watched the Minions stream last night and joined in on the audience. It was pretty fun to watch.
One of the problems I had. one of the mini games is there's a pile of cash, and you can either take the money or leave the money.
Yeah.
And like if you leave the money, you will die because there will be at least one other person who does. So what always happens is everyone takes the money because why wouldn't you? So then everyone dies.
Or at least one person dies.
So the way it goes is if nobody takes the money, then everybody survives. If there's a mixture of some took it, some didn't, then the people who didn't will all die. And if everyone takes the money, everyone dies. And so no one's going to be the one who says, no, I'm not going to take the money because you'll die. And one person will take the money. So you kind of have to just take everyone out with you.
Yeah. It's the best way to do it, I guess. Just take them all out with you.
Yeah.
If you know someone's going to take it anyway, then fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it is a lot of fun playing those Jackbox games.
Is there any way to stream that and not have that delay?
I don't think so.
Or
I
any
think
kind of delay, I should say.
the smallest I've seen the delay is about 5 seconds, which is still enough to be an impediment, but you still get like 25 of your 30 seconds kind of thing.
Yeah, because I tried just doing a private live stream of like playing Legend of Zelda.
Okay.
On an emulator.
Yeah.
And it is like you don't even see steps. It's just him gliding across the screen.
Oh dear, that's no good.
And yeah, if there's a way to stream that to where it's, you know, where you're playing as people are watching, I guess that'd be one thing.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the smallest I've ever seen the delay get is about 5 seconds, which is like perfectly playable. But one thing Jackbox does, which I really appreciate, is one of the settings is extended timers, where I think it extends them by about 50%. So that instead of 30 seconds, you get 45, and that's supposed to accommodate for the stream delay.
I've never actually streamed before, so I wouldn't have a clue personally. Wait, sorry, I gotta rub the mic for a sec. I need to plug the headphones in. They're about to die.
No worries.
And I think I messed my computer up when I was setting up my microphone. Because I got the blue snowball.
Okay, cool.
And when I first got it, I was like, oh, I'm just like, and Jack was trying to explain to me how to set it up. And I'm like, oh, do I get rid of this instead of using this? And I think I deleted the default default driver for the original microphone.
Oh,
so now
okay.
I gotta find a way to put that back.
Cheering me.
Without doing a full reset on my...
Oh, as long as your microphone isn't a yellow snowball, because I've heard stay away from yellow snow, you should be fine.
Never eat the yellow snow.
Just avoid it in general. Just don't go anywhere near it.
No, but I also got the arm, the mic holder, because that's it's way easier than holding on to the microphone while I'm talking to it.
I suppose it would be, yeah.
Because otherwise, like if I move it as far away as it was, then it just sounds like I'm way far away.
It does, yeah.
And so, yeah, I put it to where it's next to me.
I've got this shitty, I think $5 was spent on this microphone. It's absolute garbage, but you get what you pay for.
It works.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. I'm using a gaming headset instead
I
of
think
VR
that's
headphones.
fairly common.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that. Just use a gaming headset.
I have a
Because they
set.
already have it as a microphone, so.
I have a Bluetooth headphones, and it always sounds like I'm making a phone call from like the 1980s.
Time travel. That's pretty nifty.
I expect someone the operator to come through. He's like me to page you through.
Man, I remember those old phones.
We
had to actually dial the number instead of just tapping the keys.
Yeah, we actually had a rotary phone for the first. Let's see. When I first moved in with my stepdad when I was like 5, we had a rotary phone from when I moved in till the year before. I think it was like 95 when I first moved in the town I'm living in now.
Okay, cool.
So it was a good 10 years before that we used this one rotary phone.
I remember when I was a little kid, I used to look forward to visiting my grandparents because they had a rotary phone, and I just liked dialing 0 and listening to the ticking as it sort of wound its way back to the normal set, like the 0. And there's dumb kids having fun with a phone, but yeah, I remember that. I used to like the sound it made when sort of the as it sort of wound back down.
Something that millennials will never understand.
No, that's true.
I always wanted those wall, those kind of big square ones you'd hang on the wall, and the mic would be, stuck on the phone above the numbers and shit, and you had to hold the speaker to your ear. I always wanted one of those for some reason.
Yeah, that's pretty fashioned.
Yeah, that's mega old school. Just for nostalgia's sake.
Yeah.
We had one that had like huge buttons, as if like your grandmother needed to dial someone. So it's like, yeah, each number is the size of like the number keypad on your keyboard.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen those before. For the sight impaired or whatever. Yeah.
Just reminded me of The Simpsons with your fingers are too fat for this phone. To obtain a special dialing wand, mash the numbers with your palm.
That's when Homer's all obese.
Yeah.
Wearing his moo-moo. I remember that.
And then he gets stuck in the funnel of the power plant. He's so fat.
That was back when The Simpsons were cool still.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. Like 20 years ago.
Yeah. Can't believe they're going to get rid of Apu just because a couple of people fucking got offended.
Not even a couple. One person.
Yeah. Well, he's the one who started the whole thing, isn't he? One tweet, I think.
I mean, if The Simpsons was still good, I'd care. But at this point, I mean, I haven't watched The Simpsons in 10 years. I don't care what happens to Apu anymore.
Yeah, I haven't watched since Like John Schwartzwelder stopped writing for him.
How was that?
He's one of their writers. Most of those jokes that they have, where I think it's just after Conan O'Brien left.
Okay.
So I think he stayed on for at least another 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
Most of his jokes consisted of like, how do we fix this? And there's this huge dramatic draw, and it turns out like the simplest. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna walk out this door.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, it's very simple, easy, but fucking hilarious jokes.
Well, sometimes simple is all you need. There's no reason to overcomplicate jokes. They lose a lot of their punch if you make them too detailed.
Yeah, the Simpsons were really good at that back in the day.
They were.
Around the, I think, 18th or 19th season. So the last 10 years, I haven't just lost interest.
Yeah, same. I couldn't tell you what numbered season it was, but 10 to 15 years ago is when I stopped.
Yeah, I used to record them all on VHS back in the day.
Me too.
That's pretty much why I remember what season I was at. Because I had a season on each tape, so I think I've got 18 or 19 tapes. Yeah, still got them too somewhere. Don't have a working VHS player to play them on, but
I think they're pretty hard to find these days.
Yeah, I suppose.
Not a lot of VHS players being sold.
We're trying to find an 8-track.
Good old Betamax, that's where it was at.
The good old days.
Yeah. And I never actually saw a Betamax player. I only heard about them as a punchline on TV. I knew what they were, but I never actually saw one.
Yeah, the closest I can come to hearing anything about Betamax is the TV show Wings, and God, what the hell is his name? Paul F. Tompkins did a stand-up routine about a job that he had that specialized in Betamax tapes, but they didn't have any players.
That's pretty funny.
No, I had a friend who had one. I remember the tapes were weird because they were shorter, like smaller than the normal VHS. And from what I remember, they only have one, like, the VHS player, there's the two sort of cogs underneath that, they used to, I think beta videos only had, or beta tapes only had one.
I still remember hearing that, yeah.
Yeah.
And Camel says you can buy a VHS converter. So if you're dedicated.
I might actually do that because I got tons of shit. I got a whole box full of old VHS tapes with heaps of shit I'd like to watch again. So yeah, I might look into that actually. That'd be pretty cool.
And Kelvin Robinson liked the Simpsons movie, which I haven't seen, so I can't comment on whether it was good.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. The dome, it was kind of like a actually, I think the Dome, that show came out way after that, so the Dome would have been a bit of a rip-off of the movie. Okay. In the movie, the government puts a massive dome over Springfield. So I can't remember why. I don't know why they did it, but
yeah, that's
I mean, by the time the Simpsons movie came out, I was already losing interest in the show, so I was like, yeah, whatever. I'd given up on it.
That's about the time when it started getting a bit sort of average.
And Homer polluted the water supply with pig shit.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. When he's dumping all the rubbish in the river or the lake or in the river. Yeah, that's right. It's been fucking years since I've seen that, so and I got monkey memory, so once you remind me, my recall's so actually it's not the memory, it's my recall that's fucked. As soon as you remind me, then it pops back in, but
yeah, but monkey recall doesn't sound as funny, so stick with monkey memory. We all know what you mean.
Total monkey recall.
Alright, on that note, I gotta go, guys.
Alrighty.
My dinner's ready. And my old man's old, so for some reason he likes having dinner at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
No, fair enough. I've been on a while too. I think I might pack it in as well.
Yeah, it's getting late here, so yeah,
all right, well,
close this
thanks
out.
for inviting me on, Johnny. It was a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming, Peter.
Yeah, my pleasure, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
it was cool.
The Hey Camel is officially the decider. Nice George W. Bush reference there.
Oh, okay. Anyway. See you later, guys.
All right, you guys have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
See you guys.